Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the newest edition of the Keg Tap video reviews. Today I'm drinking Shiner White Wing. It's their take on a Belgian wit beer. A little apprehensive to try it because Shiner hasn't exactly wowed me as of late. Let me give you a little bit of history. When I was in college, my fraternity, pretty much all the other guys were drinking Snatch or Natty Light. They were drinking all this light beer, keg party, stuff like that. We went a little different route. We had kegs, yes, but we drank darker, heavier beers. Shinerbach was a staple in our diet in college. Growing up after having several hundred different beers over the years, and even back then, Shiner wasn't the biggest, the best, but it was a good alternative to the crap that everybody else was drinking. It had a little more depth of flavor than, those other macro, corn water, whatever, adjunct beers. It's interesting to try their new beers, although I have to say that I haven't been real impressed by a number of them. Some of them are okay, but I'm looking forward to trying this one just to see how it turns out. So with that, let's crack this puppy open and give it a look, give it a smell, give it a taste, and give it a review. Here we go with Shiner White Wing. Well, now that we have the White Wing poured, you can see it doesn't really look a whole lot like your typical Belgian wit beer. And a lot of the ones that I've had are a lot lighter than this. This has much more of a straw yellowish color than, say, a wit beer you would think would have. Those are a lot more of a paler, almost whiter, milkier kind of hue. This one seems a little more of just your typical macro light beer or Pilsner style beer. So as far as appearance is concerned, it really doesn't emulate a wit beer all that much. Let's give it a smell, because we want to smell this thing and see if it lives up to what most wit beers smell like. I really don't get a whole lot of presence as far as the coriander or the orange peel. There's just very subtle, slight traces of it. I'm smelling more than the coriander. I'm getting a touch of that, but I'm really getting a lot of kind of a malty, sweet smell, kind of like what you'd expect from an adjunct beer. Now we have the aroma. And again, it smells very much like kind of like an adjunct lager would, not really the style of a wit beer or a Belgian white would. I don't smell the coriander and the orange all that much, just a little bit, just a little touch of it, but I'm really getting a lot of malty sweetness more so than anything else. That doesn't really bode well for a wit beer. What's left? Well, this will be the ultimate arbiter. Let's taste this puppy. To be honest with you, it doesn't really have that much presence as far as the coriander, the orange peel, that spiciness that comes into play in most wit beers or Belgian whites that I've had before. Southampton, we did a Smackdown, And the big winner was that Southampton Double White. This was a while back, me, Jay, and Irv. And that Southampton was a great example of a Belgian White. This one, I'm not really impressed. I'm not that disappointed because, to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting much going into this. It's Shiner, and you know, they haven't really wowed me, you know, over the years. It's a decent beer. I don't know. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of carbonation. The lacing is almost non-present. I mean, the head faded almost immediately after pouring this, and I can see just a faint trace of a few bubbles coming up. So it's really not all that carbonated, and the aroma is almost, you know, as this is starting to warm, you know, naturally, any hint of orange or coriander, it's pretty much gone. It's all malty smelling now. So and to be honest with you, the taste, is the same. Basically, your orange peel, your coriander, the spices that a wit beer is known for, pretty much non-existent now. So that's a strike. Overall, how would I describe this? How would I rate it? I'll be honest with you, it's middle of the road. I mean, I was really hoping for something more because it is from my home state of Texas, and I've been drinking Shiner for decades now. But I can't really give it a wholehearted endorsement because it's average at best. If I were to give it a rating, they'd be lucky if I gave them a C. And I'm sorry, this is an honest opinion. Maybe I'm just cynical because I've had some really, really good wit beers. But this one, it's a good lawnmower beer. But as far as really sitting down and trying to enjoy a Belgian white, it really doesn't have that Belgian kick. I mean, I've had some actual Belgian beers, and they're unmistakable. I've had some good American versions of Belgians. Ommegang does some fantastic work. This one, if you're gonna classify it as a Belgian, no, not really. Lawnmower beer, something to kick back and enjoy during the summertime. It's cool, it's refreshing, yeah, but you know, a strong wit beer, it's not. And that's all I can say about it. Like I said, C, maybe. C minus, C, somewhere in there. That's about it. Sorry, Shiner. I have to be honest. I'm just not really all that impressed. Again, maybe I'm jaded. Maybe I'm cynical because I've had other stuff that's better. But that's the name of the game, isn't it? If you want to try it, go ahead. I'm not going to say it'll blow your mind. It didn't blow mine. But maybe give it a try anyway. Everybody's taste is different, right? Cheers.